Hello friends, Sue's here from RVing Sue's. We're here in Michigan at a wonderful campground, Addison Oaks County Park. And today we're going to have a look at 10 plus 1 ways of cooking in your RV. There's my RV. 1995, you can tell by that V, that means was 95, V5, Roman numerals. Anyway, there's my Class B, and we're going to look at 10 methods of cooking, plus 1. Starting with the all-time favorite, griddles. You can cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snacks, anything your little old heart desires, and it is so popular now, very, very popular. I got the 17-inch because there's only one of me, well, plus the dogs, but they don't really eat too much food from the book. Adventure ready. And I have a video showing how I hooked up this hose, special hose. It's only a certain one you're supposed to use. So I've got it hooked up to the big tank. You can have it hooked up to a little green tank, and you can cook just about anyway, that's number 1 on the hit parade of how to cook. Number 2 on the how to cook when you're camping list of choices. This is a 2-burner not Coleman, it's some other brand, but it's a 2-burner propane stove. And you can cook all kinds of stuff on that too. You can get a flat griddle to cover both of those burners. You can cook on one, you can cook on both. Whatever you want to do. Option number 3 is to use a Coleman camp oven and put it on your propane burner. By the way, it's not recommended that you use it over charcoal or wood coals from your campfire. They recommend using it on the propane, and I've been told by one of my subscribers, thank you very much, that the right-hand burner is better for controlling the heat than the left-hand one. I use the left-hand one. I'm going to have to try out the one on the right. I'm sure that will be much better. Here's option number 4. It's a toaster oven. If you're plugged into a campground, you've got electricity, you can cook whatever you want in that little toaster oven. Heat up pizza, cook a chicken, some squash, whatever you like. It's a little big, but if you get a really little one, you can't put much food in it because the top of the food will hit the element, and that's not so good. So that's an option when you have electricity to plug into. And you can see I've got it out on the picnic table. You can cook outside or you can cook inside, depending on the weather and what your preference is. Option number 5. You can get a butane stove. This one is in its little plastic container. It's a Coleman. A lot of people use these butane stoves. They're really wonderful. Very nice. And if you have too much wind, you can put up protection. I didn't bring it out here, but I bought something made of metal plates, and you put it around. Of course, you take it out of the plastic container before you cook. That's a really good option, especially if it's not too windy. Here's another option, an electric hot plate. It's just a 1-burner one I got from Walmart for around $20. And when you're plugged into electric, it does a really good job. Of course, it's only one burner, so you have to cook one thing and then cook another thing. But if you're heating up water for soup or oatmeal or those noodles, ramen noodles, it works really well for all of that. And I cook eggs and sausage, what have you. I can put it on my little table in the van and sit down in the chair and cook. I like that. Now here's another really popular option number 7, a barbecue. Who doesn't love a good barbecue? Y'all know what you can cook on a barbecue: hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken, whatever your little heart desires. I love my barbecue. Goes on a propane green tank. You know, you've all seen that. Option number 7. Here's option number 8. It's represented by this cast iron parchment liner. I do have a Dutch oven. It's a 10-inch shallow, not the deep one. But it's buried in a cupboard in the bottom back in the RV, and I decided to just let this liner represent my Dutch oven. You can do that with charcoal or coals on the fire. Charcoal gives you a better way of controlling the heat. All kinds of things you can cook on a Dutch oven, in a Dutch oven. Your next option is to cook over a campfire. You can cook marshmallows, hot dogs, and if you have one of those racks to go across the flame or a basket, you can cook anything at all. And then, of course, you can sit around the campfire at night having a chit-chat with friends and family. Yeah, nothing like sitting around a campfire. Gotta love it. Now I'm going to tell you number 11, which is the bonus. I'm going to tell you about that one before I tell you about number 10. Yeah, that's out of order, but you know, so am I, so here we go. You can have a backpacking stove with a little canister of gas. It's very lightweight. Of course, you only do one pot at a time. And I do have one, but it's in the trunk of my car that is currently located in another state. It's my backup in case of emergency. Gotta heat something up when I'm in the car and life goes haywire. So that's number 11, and here comes number 10. And last but not least is the built-in 2-burner propane stove in the RV. One day, my other methods of cooking were not going to work. I wasn't plugged into electric. My electric hot plate wouldn't work because of that, and because my generator wouldn't produce electricity. And my other methods were just not convenient. And I thought, wait a minute. When all else fails, I've got a built-in propane 2-burner stove, and I never use it. Because I like to cook outside, I like to cook sitting down, and I'm inside standing up to use this. So, when all else fails, if you have a Class B camper van, don't forget you have a 2-burner propane stovetop. Silly me. Well, whatever method you use to cook, I hope you're having a good time. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye. So that's 10 different ways to cook.